Hi there, I'm Kathryn Wood, and I'm here with the fourth video in this 5-part series on innovation. In the first 3 videos, which I sure hope you've watched, I've described what innovation is, the different kinds of innovation, where to look for innovation opportunities in your organization, and how to promote innovation in your business. Today, I want to spend just a few minutes exploring 4 factors that can kill innovation in any organization. My guess is that you've seen these factors before, either in a business you worked in or maybe even in your own business. As a business owner or manager, you may have seen the impact of these factors as lost sales and declining market share, reduced productivity or profit margins, or excessive staff turnover. But you may not have connected them to how innovative your business really is or isn't. Allowing any or all of these 4 factors to influence a team working on an innovation project in your business will almost certainly diminish or destroy altogether the success of your efforts. They can kill innovation shockingly quickly. So here are the 4 factors. The first one is our unwillingness to embrace new ideas. This one's primarily the responsibility of the most senior people in our organization, and especially leaders of our innovation teams. There's really no point in organizing and allocating resources, whether it's time or money, to coming up with and testing innovative ideas if we're not going to do our best to take the ones with the most promise to market. But far too often, those high potential ideas never get out of the starter's gate. Why? The research is clear that in many organizations that are trying to be innovative, the new ideas represent a seismic shift away from current practice, from the business's bread and butter. That is viewed as risky. Unless the perceived risks are balanced against potential rewards and business owners take the steps necessary to manage the thoughtful introduction of these innovations into the market, there's a natural tendency to just stay the course, to keep doing what we're doing. And as I will talk about in the next video, that can be the most dangerous course of all. The unwillingness to embrace new ideas has a negative impact not just on a business's bottom line and future prospects. It is also disheartening to our employees, potentially to our suppliers, and probably to our customers, who may have been hoping and expecting that we'd act on opportunities to offer more value to them. When we don't follow through on our innovation efforts, we are likely to see demoralized employees and the exodus of our most talented people. We are likely to see our customers drift away to competitors, and neither of those outcomes is good for business. Our unwillingness to embrace new ideas will be visible within our business long before we launch any internal projects to come up with innovations to advance the business. And as a result, we'll have difficulty getting employees to bring their best to that work. They'll go through the motions perhaps, but they won't voice their best ideas or the insights that we as owners or managers most need to hear, because they'll realize that doing so could easily make them a target if that idea or insight challenges the status quo. If we go about innovation the right way, remember video number 3, we are far less likely to fall prey to this factor, the unwillingness to embrace new ideas. The second factor that kills innovation is waiting to act until everything is perfect. Far too often, after we've come up with an innovative idea, we think we can't move forward into the market until every potential market is analyzed, every detail is addressed, every kink is worked out, every feature is perfect, every piece of the marketing plan is complete. And all too often, the result is that we never move forward at all. Especially in today's fast-paced economy, we need to make our first move into the market as soon as the key conditions are met. Now, that's actually a topic for another video, but for now, let's just think of it this way. As business owners or managers, we need to get to market as soon as we know we have an offering that at least a slice of our target market is willing to pay for, that we know we can do that profitably, and we understand how success in that one slice of the market will open doors to other slices down the road. If we wait until we can take on the entire market with an idea that has every bell or whistle we can think of, we're unlikely to get out of the gate at all. So avoid the innovation trap of waiting until everything's perfect. Move forward now. If we don't, someone else will. The third factor that kills innovation is punishing failures in our innovation project or process, or more accurately, punishing what looks to us at first blush to be a failure. What I'm referring to here are results from development work or market research and testing that suggest our idea is not going to be as well received in the market as we thought. We should be thankful for innovation or feedback that stops us in our tracks before we've made major financial and reputational commitments to a particular idea. But too often, when we hear that our idea isn't getting the reception we had expected, our first reaction is that somebody screwed up. And that reaction is often followed by shooting the messenger, whoever has the unfortunate job of telling us that we've got more work to do if we want innovation success. Let's be clear, I'm not suggesting rewarding people in our organizations who aren't doing their jobs at all, or those who don't undertake innovation tasks with the mindset of a business scientist, as I described it in video number 3. But I am suggesting that punishing those among us who dare to try new things, to experiment, to test new hypotheses, and report in honestly and objectively on what they've discovered is a serious limitation on our future innovation prospects. Resist the temptation to punish what looks in the moment like failure. Instead, if you're finding that your innovation efforts are not moving you forward, if it's feeling like a waste of time and money, go back over the key elements of your approach. First of all, what are you trying to prove or disprove? What's your hypothesis? What assumptions are you making about potential customers' needs? Did your innovation team execute a sound experiment to test those assumptions? If your team's work has followed the approach you've laid out, you should have information in hand that will help you decide if changes need to be made to your original idea and retested, or in some cases, if the idea should be abandoned altogether. If your innovation process isn't generating the results that help you refine your offering, better target your highest potential prospects, who may be completely different from the group you had in mind at the outset, or increase the success of your marketing and sales efforts, then the process was not well structured in the first place. Go back and fix that. Don't punish those helping you innovate just because your original hypothesis was wrong. Learn from your experimentation and testing, recalibrate, and carry on. Which leads to the fourth and final factor that can kill innovation. Learning and applying what we learn is an integral part of the innovation process. Almost by definition, real innovation requires multiple attempts to achieve the outcome we're seeking: a product, a service, a marketing approach, a financing package, or an entirely new business model that offers strong prospects for success in our chosen markets. The idea of innovation as a one-and-done process where you hit the bullseye with your first prototype or your first test with a client or customer is not realistic. Be prepared to ask questions that will elicit answers that help you better understand the market or your prospects' real needs. Be prepared to hone your listening skills and your analytical skills. Be prepared to think through how to interpret and use new information to improve your idea. In other words, be prepared to learn. Innovation offers so many opportunities to learn from one another within our organization as we bring our varied expertise and experience to a shared project, to learn from third parties who can save us a lot of grief or accelerate us along our path with their knowledge and insights, and from our clients and customers who operate in a different environment than we do and whose challenges our innovations must address. As business owners or managers, we will extract far greater value from our innovation efforts if we're continually looking for opportunities to learn and taking them. What are we learning from our market research? What are we learning from the discussions we have with suppliers? What are we learning from product or service development work or from tests we're running with potential customers? What are we learning from our own operating environment about what it will take to bring our new idea to market? Continuous learning is now a hallmark of virtually any business, but it's especially important when we are working on an innovative idea. Overlooking opportunities to learn can blindside us to what we should have known, or lead to avoidable and often very expensive mistakes. And that can kill our idea and the associated business success unnecessarily. So there we have it, 4 factors that will kill innovation in any organization. Have you noticed that all 4 of them are largely within our control as business owners and managers? In fact, vigilance on these 4 factors are a great way to manage risk associated with innovation initiatives. For smaller businesses with relatively little capital to work with, managing risk is mission critical. If we think that becoming more innovative means betting the farm, we're just not going to do it. But just staying where we are is risky too. In the next video, number 5, we'll take a look at why innovation is such a big deal anyway. As tempting as it may be just to carry on just as we always have, odds are that's no longer a safe business strategy. And I'll explain why in the next video. Thanks for watching.